possibilmente sta in 4 ore. Quindi d'ora basta.
Three key elements. First, you need a target with the intel you're after. Then you need an interrogation team. Their job is to secure the target and do whatever it takes to obtain actionable intelligence. But getting useful information doesn't matter if you can't move on it, which is why you need a support team in the field.
Hey, Mike, you got the murderer. We'll get the son of a murderer.
Of course, the whole system breaks down if someone kills the target before you can talk.
Pierce, you should look like you're ready for a fun vacation, not trying to kill someone.
I just want that son of a bitch to suffer like they did.
Don't worry, in about 6 hours, I'm gonna wish she was dead. Her plan only works if you can hold it together.
This better?
Yes. Look, we need to run a stat blood
Turn to pick now.
Все. Bulgarin cu ce să dau? Pietre în tine, cu ce vrei să dau?
Zăpadă.
Da, că o să fie multă zăpadă, parcă.
You good, man. You sound like an emergency specialist. You got it.
You got that Persossin ready?
Ready to make a grown man cry. Where's a med?
Casino? Playing craps. Making sure all the ladies see his $50,000 Rolex. It's disgusting.
Pierce.
I'm smiling.
It's your turn to pick. Are you gonna pick one or what? Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Pretty sure it's your turn to pick. Are you gonna pick one or what?
Iron Shield. The Worm Blade. Forward.
Prepare for battle.
By my blade.
Oh yeah, it's in the bag.
Cum a spus, pentru care îl va putea retrimite la curtea constituțională, de la capăt, de la curte. România va la sus.
Compelled to battle.
Teoretic, țara asta s-ar putea face bine oricând.
Românii au talent. Vine la ProTV.
Proiect de țară. Mândrie națională. Se numește România.
30 seconds to battle.
Acum începe drumul spre calificare. Forța milioanelor români pentru o nouă națiune. Yes!
I'm open all night.
The dragon waits. Onward!
This ain't no snowball fight.
Who calls the dragon?
I'll take that.
Yes! I need no scheme. Dragon to the fray. Swiftly. Of course. By my blade.
3 lei.
Swiftly. Of course. Who calls the dragon knight? Onward! I need no scheme. By the shield of Slimer. The dragon waits. Compelled to battle. Forward. Dragon to the fray. Yes. Yes.
Denied.
The dragon waits. I'll melt this down for you. Dragon to the fray. Yes.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Onward.
First blood!
Yes.
First
blood, last word. By my blade. In strength is who calls the dragon.
Well, I have 3 different. Trust me, you don't want to be on a full-scale outbreak.
A shield shot. Compelled to battle.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Forward. I need no scheme. You fought with honor. Yes. The dragon waits.
You know him.
Bottom
Yes.
is missing.
Powers abounding.
This is more running the Dr. Anderson. You've been affected by the highly contagious
By my place.
And it's like you gave too much power.
Mine. Swiftly.
You need to wait outside. We'll test you and seclude you until
I need no scheme. Dragon to the front.
do all that we can. Now, I need a list of every close contact.
The prize is mine.
Denied.
My son Shirley's.
Onward.
Doctor,
Thank you. This is
Who
my
calls dragon?
I think he can see you.
On my eye. Behold!
Nie, już nighttime.
My valor shall be proven this day. Compelled to battle. By my blade. Yes. Ah, dragons go. Of course. Forward. I need no scheme. Yes. My armor grows on. Dragon to the front. Swiftly. Who calls the dragon? Compelled to battle. The dragon waits. Compelled to battle. Yes.
I dig that.
Dragon to the front. Welcome to the distance. By my blade. The dragon waits. Yes. I need no space. Forward. Of course. Who calls the dragon?
Yeah, he does have a few mistakes.
Onward. The dragon waits. I need no skill.
Let's talk about your top tower.
Dragon out. Who calls the dragon? Yes.
You the outbreak people? Yes, sir. Dr. Chuck Finlay.
Yes.
The virus is here.
Why you stay so aggressive, bro?
You can take runes like this, Mirana. Mirana,
Swiftly. Skill wins battles. Gold wins wars. By the honor of the
On
ancients.
the other hand, a tracker that the target believes might save its life is always
Compelled to battle. I'll not just dragon to the I shoot in the sky. Into a rage I fly. Calls the dragon.
This room is clear. Game positive. Nope. This room's off limits. I'm thinking that the virus didn't get that memo. Check everything.
Dragon to the fray.
Gram staining is a method of testing for the presence of certain types of bacteria. Positive results turn purple, negative results turn pink. If you get a positive result on a gram test, there's no radiation in microorganisms, a little yogurt, and of course a method.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Why is there standing there next to the nurse?
Dragon charge.
What the fuck you want? You wouldn't take them anyway.
And now our mid is sitting.
Coin for me.
Ah, vabbè.
No, these things happen so. Oh, you can't go in there. You can't. Sure, it's happening my way. What the hell are you doing?
Go for you.
Okay, last time.
We cross swords. The dragon waits.
Your top tower is under attack.
I need no scheme.
Then I suggest you.
By the honor of the ancients.
Well played, you fucking bitch.
We cross swords. By my blade. Shield of Slayer. Yes.
Testing.
Swiftly. Onward.
Yeah, maybe it's best if Michael finishes this.
Forward. Compelled to battle.
Illusion.
I'll take that. Of course.
Killing spree.
A cask. Meet Johnny.
Yes.
You got that chance. Then you look at me. You're gonna finish this.
Yes.
A golden thread.
The rest of your life.
You'll need no gold where you go.
Ready to bring this on or what?
Dragon to the
This damn jello.
Why don't we first?
Don't let your middle tower fall.
We're still I'm sure he isn't showing any symptoms.
compelled to battle.
Mr. Moore, we just got the results of the samples we got.
I need no scheme.
The strain.
Who calls?
Now's the time.
Onward! The dragon waits.
I don't know.
This way. Attack! Swiftly. Yes! By my blade. Of course.
Hey, Criminal, don't you have an arrow in them?
Compelled to battle.
Radiant structures have been snow fortified. Double done. Killing spree.
Twice me.
Double kill. Mega kill. Triple kill. Dominating. I weave your fate.
Dragon to the front. Yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Forward. Yes.
Take it.
Mega kill.
The dragon waits. I need no steed. Swiftly. Onward.
Unstoppable.
By my blade.
No.
Shield shall clash.
I need mana too.
Who calls the
It
dragon?
looks like Dire fortified their structures.
Forward. I'll count your skull. By my blade. Yes. Swiftly.
Yes, Nick. But when you say things like that, try and say them like you understand how dangerous they are.
Who calls the dragon knight? Yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Key factors. The elements of
Double damage.
I'll take that.
best staging areas
Dragon to
view
the
of your
front.
target while providing plenty of cover for it. Of course, it doesn't matter how good your position is if you're the one.
Unstoppable. Get sick. Ownage. Your top tower is under attack.
The dragon.
I don't think you want that to happen.
Wembley.
Ally.
Trust me. On.
Shall we toast?
I soar higher. Who calls the Dragon Knight?
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yes.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
This is business.
Fresh knight. Who calls the Dragon Knight? I'm under attack.
It's coming, let's go to if you want.
The dragon waits.
Get sick! Ownage!
Time to pose.
Monster kill! Double kill!
We'll shut you up. Dragon teeth. Of course.
Ownage!
Swiftly. Only behold me. Dragon out.
Haste!
I need no steam. Fresh meat.
Go if you can, Maru.
The dragon waits. Attack! Dragon to the fray. Bye. Yes. Dragon's gold. Yes. We cross swords. Not yet. Dragon charge. Compelled to battle.
Then monster kill! Ownage!
The dragon waits. Forward. I need fresh meat. Compelled to battle.
The enemy's top tower just shattered into little pieces.
Dragon to the fray.
Now, Sam, sit tight. We will, but not right now. We have to hold off again.
We are not holding off. You're ending this right now.
Here's what you do.
Fresh meat. The dragon.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Fly by night.
Open all night.
Fresh meat.
By the FSB Russian intelligence. Russian? Positive. The
Yes.
13 signatures. No doubt.
I'll note This down for honor.
Hey, my item, what the fuck?
Swiftly.
Shut up and open your fucking eyes before you fucking talk.
By the shield of Slayer. Who calls the dragon? Yes. Yes. Compelled to battle.
Dire structures are fortified.
Dragon to the fray.
I got no man.
Wait.
Let's take Roshan maybe. DK, come.
Shield shall clash. By my blade. I need those. Enjoy your last
Killing spree. Double kill.
calls the dragon.
The enemy's bottom tower is down.
You shot him.
Yes, for me.
No, it was a choice. And for every choice.
Dragon to the fray.
The price is you killing me with the spikes.
I'll take that. Invisibility. Yes.
We have the information.
With thanks.
We have your son.
By the honor of the ancients.
Dragon, let's go push.
Yeah.
The prize is mine.
Who calls?
Roshan first maybe.
Roshan lanes, we'll go Roshan then. And they have ward here.
Forward.
Would you relax, Carmen? Where's Mia?
Shadows.
I need no skin.
Whoever is trying to kill him is working with the dirty ass god. We'll go and provide that information.
Roshan?
Yeah, let's go Rosh.
Yeah. They will go for Drake.
By my blade.
I'm coming.
I'll make sure it gets to works better for both.
The dragon waits. This will only hurt Mala.
To the radiant.
Who calls the dragon? Misery. Of course. Yes.
Get the runes. I will go push bot too.
Yeah, let's go. What's coming? No, never mind about boss, let's go. Yeah, never come with it.
Double kill. Perfect. Holy shit! Double kill! The enemy's middle tower didn't know what hit it. The enemy's middle barracks have fallen. The enemy's middle barracks are no more!
Get back.
I'll take that.
The shield of scale protects me. Compelled to battle.
I'm coming.
Forward. Enjoy.
Holy shit!
I need no speed.
Blink.
Dragon
Good job.
Dire snow fortified their structures. What tower has fallen? Is this going to be a pattern for us? Holy shit!
in strength is victory.
The enemy's bottom barracks are falling.
Dragon
Shadows.
I'll knock your stone.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen. The enemy's top tower had to go. Killing spree. There go the enemy's top barracks. The enemy's top barracks have fallen. You now have mega creeps. You're looking up. Holy shit! Own it!
Fly by night.
Once more into the breach.
Something odd, bang.
face acest obiect?
Este o megană pentru galerie, pentru cușuri, mănuși, cizme.
Se mai caută uneltele acestea străvechi?
Da. Chiar mă mir că de atâția ani, numai dincolo de munți, eu sunt din Timișoara, deci dincolo de munți este un cult special pentru aceste obiecte rustice.
Care ar fi cel mai vechi obiect de aici?
Păi, am tot descam pe la sfârșitul secolului XIX, început de secolul XX.
Cum vi se par obiectele?
Interesante, foarte interesante. Chiar
Așa multe, da. Parcă ești într-un atelier, pur și simplu.
Ce v-ar atrage de aici?
O vechime.
Și ce să faceți?
Ce? Nu știu. Să meșterim și să îngropăm în ea, să strângem tărău.
După ce vă uitați? Ce vă interesează?
Fiind pasionat de stil vestimentar, fac costume bărbătești. Sunt pasionat de ceasurile pe buzunar.
Eu fac accesorii de damă, de bărbați și mă pasionează de asemenea tot ce ține de epocă, vintage și cei vechi. De nou, nu mai este foarte mult.
Aș dori ca tineretul să citească mai mult, să se documenteze mai mult, să fie mai aproape de aceste obiecte care, la rândul lor, au fost produse de oameni cu suflet și, datorită celor care au știut să le conserve, au ajuns până la noi.
Da, acum pune și dumneavoastră ce zic. Eu mă gândesc că e drăguțân.
Da, deci am și eu așa, vreau să întreb pe Obi, bine de Tobi, îți plac acești, ce să știu, papuci? Ai purtat așa ceva?
nu, e frumos, dar e cam ciudat un pic.
Cum mă ciudat? Deci, sincer, să faci degețelele și să vezi așa. Eu știi cum ar arăta. Eu știu cum ar arăta. Știi cum asta mult mai lung, așa, tac. Deci că te și mănâncă. Da, mai mor. Asta e clar. N-ai, ce să mai.
Bună dimineața!
Bună dimineața.
Sper că nu se și voi în comentarii.
Am zis că ești medic?
Da.
Ce?
Radiolog.
Perfect. Are radio la el? Ascultă la radio. Radiolog, adică ascultă la radio muzica. Și cum să facă meseria de doctor cu cea de lucrare?
Domnul, nu știu, în primul rând Dumnezeu. Că a fost greu până acum și am încercat. Nu știu, frate, e ceva, e Dumnezeu. Pentru că am încercat cu medicina și am venit asta inspirație cu muzica. Când stau la birou, nu știu, vine o piesă la mine așa, trebuie să scrie ceva și...
Dar să înțeleg că tu ești medic, dar și voi sunteți medici? Nu puteți.
Nu, asistența un pic cancelos.
Ai venit cu echipa, nu?
Da, dimineața, da. El este doar cu o rochie. Adică pe picioare, mai înțeles? Hai să ne pregătim și să cântăm. Să ne dăm Opi!
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining. it's your turn to pick. Are you gonna pick one or what? Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Hey, it's your turn to pick now. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Pretty sure it's your turn to pick. Remember, cooler heads prevail. 10 seconds remaining. Hey, it's your turn to pick now.
I guard the wooded ways. My hidden paths.
Prepare for battle!
En route. committed. Regeneration. This bores me. Yes. What an ally from naught. Enlighten. Wax, exhort. True arcanery thrives. Words of power. In Sadron's protected.
Ah, mă coaie, vă rog, serios.
I'll keep it in mind. Concentration. Shatter. Invisibility.
Fire have fortified their structures.
Already. Augury abounds. Plucked from the arcane. For the treasure.
Dire structures are fortified.
Walls of Conendurium. White waste. There comes. My mind. Pos. Rigoris. Behold. Experience true swiftness. God runs. Consideration. True arcanery. From deep within, a rich tradition.
In sylvan shade.
"30 seconds to battle."
Naturally.
This ain't no snowball fight. First blood! Just like Lorland showed me.
Is it spring already? I go. On my way. Wild is my way. So I go. Through shady lanes. I'm not ready. By my shaggy bark. Yes.
It's better this way.
Yes. Nature calls. Branch out. In sylvan shade. By my shaggy bark.
No money for
En route. Go green. Yep. Yes. With a wild spirit.
Serious.
My hidden paths. On my way. Through shady lanes.
Mamă, dar numai aici stăm, mă, pe alea, deci eu n-am văzut și ceva.
I'm glad to leave that place. Leaving. In green, I go. Naturally.
I prefer a straight-up fight or the sneaking around, but sometimes victory does
Nature
require a bit of
calls.
subterfuge.
So I go. With a wild spirit.
The middle tower is under attack. Why is this happening?
Through shady lanes.
Let's talk about your top tower.
On my way.
What the fuck is those items on my... Really?
Naturally. How sweetly the sap flows. Nature calls. Get some. The wild is calling.
Your top tower is under attack.
So I go. Green wrath. Leaving.
Precious bounty.
In green, I go. My hidden paths. Who fells me? Again, the sun warms my limbs.
You really should look at your bottom tower. Radiant structures have been snow fortified.
En route.
Let's talk about your top tower.
Nature's ferocity.
Your top tower is under attack.
Come to me.
Dire snow fortified their structures.
Come to pass.
Let's talk about your top tower. Your top tower is under attack.
By my shaggy bark. In sylvan shade.
Your top tower is fallen.
So
That'll leave you feeling cold.
Uprooted after them.
Nick.
I'll take that as a compliment.
naturally.
What the fuck do you want me to do, mate?
Yes.
Let's talk about your top tower.
Tide is mighty.
Verdant fury. By my shaggy bark. In sylvan shade.
Killing spree.
And stealthy.
On my way.
Let's get
Your middle tower is under attack. There's really no reason to stand for this.
Yes. With a wild spirit.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Pressure come
Through shady lanes. En route. In green, I go. By hidden paths. Nature calls. In sylvan shade. No. En route. So I go. Uproot the foe. With me, guys. Guys. My youth and vision. Leaving.
Bottom tower is gone forever.
Attack.
have done the kingdom a service.
By hidden paths. Nature calls. Through shady lanes. The seeds of fortune. Warriors of the wood. defy the wilds. Yes. For the trees. Naturally.
Killing spree.
Power wells up from within. Pull roots and run. Animal. On my way.
You really should look at your bottom tower. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Sniff.
Killing spree. Dominating. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Uproot you. By my shaggy bark.
Don't let your middle tower fall. It looks like Dire fortified their
With a
structures.
wild spirit.
Don't let your middle tower fall.
By leaf and limb. Nature's ferocity.
Mega kill.
I go.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Your sacred grove awaits.
Your bottom tower is under attack. You really should look at your bottom tower.
A little something extra.
Your middle tower is under attack.
The glens are calling.
Mais tarde.
"30 seconds to battle."
Oh, the dragon. I'll take that. Yes. I need no scheme. Dragon to the fray. Swiftly. Of course. By my blade.
Matei lane.
Swiftly. Of course. Who calls the dragon knight? On!
should look at your bottom tower. Your top tower is under attack.
Green. With me.
Your top tower is under attack.
On my way.
Let's talk about your top tower.
I'm under attack. So I go. Boy, flashlight!
Killing spree. Let's talk dominating. Double kill. Your top tower is under attack. Top tower has fallen. Is this going to be a pattern?
Fury. Branch out.
Let's talk about your top tower. Dire structures are fortified.
Nature calls. Full roots
Your
and
top
rock
tower is under attack. Stop them.
through shady lanes.
Let's talk about your... There's no more top tower. I thought this might happen. Your top barracks have fallen.
Wild is my way.
That's some cold truth.
Uproot the foe. En route.
Your top barracks won't last long at this rate. Your top barracks have fallen.
My hidden paths.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
With a wild spirit. In sylvan shade.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Naturally.
Your middle tower is under attack. Mega kill! Don't let your middle tower fall. Your middle tower has fallen. Don't let your middle tower fall.
Pleasure in this.
The sun in my leaves. I'll just take a cutting. Go green! Uproot you! By my shaggy bark.
Unstoppable!
Too soon.
but despite the vertical list that they're playing, they're opting for the Fungal Mancers, which requires 2 minions on the board. Still something Zoo can achieve fairly easily.
Yeah, Zoo wants to take that early board presence, be able to hold on to it until they just win the game, but unfortunately for them, so does they have a much stronger mid to late game plan than the Zoo does. Texas Tech elected to not play Soulfire that turn, didn't deny the draw off of Cal, instead set up for the guaranteed Blood Fury Potion. Had they played Soulfire, potentially they discard the Blood Fury Potion, and they'd much rather have a buffed Malthazar and stick on the board than just deny a single card from Cal.
Yep. They value the Soulfire in their hand more than the pre-strawing a card there. And I think they're probably right about that. They're going to be able to Soulfire
Middle
something
tower is down.
with higher attack
You
that's
just
actually
let
threatening
them-
to remove something.
The enemy is attacking the middle barracks.
Well, let's draw a card. Malthazar's in.
With a wild spirit.
They get to land their Blood Fury turn.
More attack
You
minions
really
for
need to
Priest
do
have been
something.
historically
Middle barracks
very
have
difficult
fallen.
to remove, but now 4 health is actually more of a burden up against this build of Priest. No Shadow Word Death or Shadow Word Pain, but you get over that 3 health threshold and suddenly Duskbreaker is not just an
Your middle
automatic
barracks have
removal.
fallen.
Texas Tech with the Crystal Weaver can actually clear off this Tar Creeper this turn.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be a pretty phenomenal play. Could opt for the Spellbreaker and push through, but
Mega kill!
that would leave them a bit vulnerable.
Warriors of the wood. My hidden paths.
This Crystal.
And if the Malthazar's Imp does stick on board, then we have Doomguard on turn 5. Obviously, you discard 2 cards, but the Malthazar's Imp then draws you 2 additional cards, so you're net 0. You remain the same overall, and you get a 5/7 on
Your
board.
middle
to charge.
tower is under attack.
Cal does have the Duskbreaker. They don't have another dragon in hand right now, however. And they can't play the Netherspite Historian and the
Your bottom
Duskbreaker
tower
on the
just
same
fell.
turn.
Maybe you shouldn't.
So they're going to be taking quite a bit of damage over the next couple of turns.
Yeah. Duskbreaker not even particularly lining up that good here. It would remove the card draw capabilities, as you were
Your
mentioning,
bottom
but,
tower is under attack.
yeah, not active. So, Doomguard could be quite good here, but that Soulfire lines up into that 4 health quite nicely.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if we didn't just see a Soulfire here onto this Twilight Acolyte. What
Your
Texas
middle
Tech
tower
wants to
is
do
under
after
attack.
that, a lot of options.
Killing
They can have to
spree.
play a pair of Flame Imps. They can get that Darkshire Councilman down.
I like this sequencing a lot. You definitely want that Councilman on the board, but you're not bothered if you discard one of these 2 Flame Imps, so you can hold both of them and then play.
Your
one that
bottom
doesn't get
tower is
discarded
under attack.
after.
Not discarding that Doomguard.
Yeah. Being very important, and there's the Fungal Mancer coming
Your
up behind a
bottom
pretty
tower is
wide
under
board
attack.
here for the Zoo.
Looking pretty solid.
Yeah.
I myself have not played Zoo in quite a
Hey,
while.
they're attacking your
But
bottom
it's
barracks.
sort of the deck that just won't ever really
Your
die.
bottom barracks have fallen.
It's never going to be so bad that it's not playable.
Don't let your middle
Yeah.
tower fall.
It used to just get by on the,
The
hero
enemy
power
now has
and a bunch of
mega
neutral
creeps.
minions. Now, it
I don't like the
definitely
looks of
needs some
that.
strong cards. Malthazar's Imp being really
Your
good.
middle tower is
Crystal
under
Weaver
attack.
being really good. But, yeah. Warlock probably going to keep getting those cheap minions.
Your middle tower is under attack.
So, Duskbreaker doing
Your
some
middle
work on
tower
the
has
board here.
fallen.
Not
Your middle tower is
fully
gone.
removing all the
I
threats,
tried to warn you.
but, that's the second
Your ancient is under attack. Unstoppable.
That's going to be an issue for this Zoo.
Like
Mega kill. Your ancient double kill.
One off is not enough. Soften up a couple of those things on the board. Second one will get the job done.
Radiant victory.
Could do something with a Voidwalker and a Fungal Mancer.
Maybe buff the Voidwalker and the Darkshire Councilman.
3/3. Maybe with a 3/1 Voidwalker at the end of a Duskbreaker turn. It's something. It's your best play against the second Duskbreaker. But, again, you don't want to play around everything every turn. Sometimes you just gotta execute your game plan.
Gotta hope they don't have it.
They can't have everything every time. It's just mathematically impossible.
Technically.
So, with the Voidwalker over there, yeah, they are. This is the extreme of what I was talking about. Well, I guess they're going to protect that councilman and go face. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now we got a 6-1 councilman.
Well, now they have...
Now they have nothing.
Nothing.
But they pushed 4 damage. Sometimes that's worth it. So they would have traded in 4 damage in the hope of getting 6 damage next turn. Would have been a decent trade.
But this is just 4 damage, and then if Cal does not have the Duskbreaker...
Then they're in a fantastic
potentially
spot.
It's just lethal.
Yes. So... Now the zoo... probably in a position where we're looking at trying to get to Gul'dan. They did include Gul'dan in their build. Not always seen, but it can give you an out in positions like this in a game where you're otherwise in a pretty unfavorable position.
I do wonder at what point Texas Tech will feel safe going face. They could have played Doomguard this turn. It's not cleared immediately on board. But even if Doomguard came down, Cal is still pretty significantly out of range of the scope of Texas Tech's damage. So deciding to play it a little bit slower.
Where's my pet?
Katharina Winterwish.
That used to be a decent pull. It would pull Corridor Creeper out of your deck. Nah, these days, not get much value out of that Death Rattle and Priest.
Texas Tech forced to trade over that Despicable Dreadlord. Or Cal forced to trade over, excuse me.
I think they have to get this Doomguard out of their hand before they draw into Gul'dan. Oh, they're gonna make a giant dude.
Okay. Still a couple turns off from Mind Control.
We have seen a Twilight Acolyte, so they might feel like they're pretty safe in doing this. Their second Twilight Acolyte. Could have also been Grand Archivist.
Oh.
Would have been a guaranteed Mind Control, but yeah, that would have been pretty devastating. But again, they're in a position where they need to take risks.
Grand Archivist and Lich King at the top end of this Spiteful Priest deck. The good stuff.
Yeah. Lich King, not commonly seen in Spiteful Priest, but you do see it in Spiteful Druid a decent amount. It's a minion, and it gives you spells, gives you removal options sometimes, so has value in these decks with few spells.
Especially the Druid, which doesn't have Duskbreaker.
Doesn't have Duskbreaker, and it can ramp. 2 things working for it to want to put Lich King in that style of Druid. Yes, to it. Okay, leaves it up.
Cal going for the counter pressure plan, and could it even just be too late for Texas Tech now? They decided to hold on to that Doomguard, and Cal has more than enough resources to just kill him next turn.
Yeah, I mean, with that Doomguard in hand, there's no way Texas Tech can remove enough damage here. They can attack the Dreadlord into the 4/3, which would then kill it with its effect. They can Doomguard into the 6/5. Oh wow, they're still holding this Doomguard.
I mean, this is still just lethal on board.
Well, they can attack there, and the end of turn effect will go off. But
okay.
They will.
So now,
so they're looking
11.
to set up their own counter lethal if Cal didn't have lethal, but they wisely chose to Doomguard last turn. They've ended the game.
Knowing that they were likely going to be able to stick some damage on the board, the removal options for the Warlock are all embedded in their own board presence, which Texas Tech did not have at that point. So Cal going to take a pretty quick game number 1. It looked like the Zoo had a dominant board presence very early on, was able to land a Fungalmancer, but it really was the Duskbreaker into Netherspite Historian Duskbreaker that was able to seal that one up for Cal. Unfortunately, Texas Tech just didn't have the resources to be able to come back on the board after both of those devastating dragons. You hate to see that if you're any type of board control deck.
You really do. It was the second Duskbreaker that broke the Zoo's back there. They couldn't get the Doomguard down with the Malakazar's imp on board. They just couldn't get enough resources in their hand to really be able to deal with that second Duskbreaker.
Duskbreaker, Backbreaker, same thing. Still dealing 3 damage to all your opponent's minions. And Cal now left with their own Warlock and their rogue deck, and it is a quest rogue. I haven't actually gotten to see a quest rogue on broadcast as of yet. We had both quest rogue and miracle rogue, I believe, in lineups in the last couple of weeks, but they were both banned. So this might be the first time that we get to actually see this quest rogue, and I think Cal will certainly do a fine job of piloting it. Obviously, you bring it with the intention of taking down warlocks. When you're not banning warlock, you want to bring decks that are quite good against it. Maybe not as good against aggressive decks, though, and that's where the paladin ban then does come in. So excited to see what Cal is going to bring out next. Texas Tech, of course, still needing to get a win with that Zoo deck. And then they have a Spiteful Priest and a Spiteful Druid. So a very aggressive lineup from them. So very different strategies here.
Yeah, I feel like Texas Tech got the matchup they were looking for in terms of lineups. Cal pretty clearly trying to target the slow Warlock decks, and Texas Tech just not having a slow Warlock. And they're sort of countering the slower decks. Now, we saw the Priest get off to a win there, so, you know, maybe I'm wrong. But, yeah, I think that Quest Rogue is going to struggle.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Cavern's Blow is still an incredibly strong card, even though you need to play 5 of the same minion instead of 4 now. It still completes the quest usually pretty quickly. But, you know, when you're facing down Spiteful Summoner on turn 6 and just a slew of strong minions in the early couple of turns, you can only ban one of the aggro decks. They chose to ban Paladin, but then that leaves both the Priest and the Druid to potentially prey upon that rogue deck. So Cal going to bring out their Q block second.
Making us wait. See this Quest Rogue.
It's okay. I can practice patience.
Okay.
Though it is tough.
That's a good way of looking at it. And they have Skull of the Minari in their hand. That card is
good players.
Very powerful. And, yeah, no weapon removal in this Priest deck. So that's just going to keep pulling demons. Whole game.
Texas Tech does have 2 copies of Mind Control in the deck. They have the Grand Archivist, which can pull a Mind Control early, but obviously it's not guaranteed. The target is not guaranteed, just a little bit too random for their likings. They are going to throw that one away and just go for the board presence early game plan. The Spiteful Summoner makes waves as this style of Warlock deck is not running Siphon Soul.
No, it is not. No real removal. Like, it has the Spellstone, which can get pretty big if you buff it up, but not always reliable to do that. Well, that's a good card to have on turn 1, though. No
yes, it is.
Mortal Coils, so not a great way of removing it for the Warlock.
Texas Tech is going to need consistent board pressure to be able to win this game. Cal will have Defiles, Hellfires. They do not have Twisting Nether, however. That means if Texas Tech can just get a board online, continue to buff it up, they're going to be in business.
Yep, I mean, to win this matchup for the Priest, ultimately, you want to become the Warlock at some point. You want
how to do that,
to
Sensei?
Operative Gul'dan. You want to Twilight Acolyte, Cabal Shadow Priest, Void Lord. These are the things you want to look to do.
To beat the Warlock, you must be the Warlock. And then, generally, the Priest just has more cards remaining in the late game, and they have the more valuable resources. They've got the bigger minions. The Warlock's going to have more inconsequential removal. So you become a Warlock, but a little bit better.
Yep.
Then you have Spiteful Summoner.
Yep. You played Spiteful Summoner, you played Draconid Operatives, and then you played Gul'dan. It's quite a strong curve. But Gul'dan in the hand of the Warlock, so cannot be Draconid Operatived any longer.
Do they have Glimmerroot?
Yeah.
They don't.
No, they do not.
Huh. I mean, I'm a Gul'dan fan. I don't care where it's played. I like it. It's good stuff.
Yep. They still could get N'Zoth.
Yes.
Which is pretty good in its own right.
Works with the Void Lord still.